Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of consciousness and energy? Unlock the secrets of the mind and explore the uncharted territories of the human brain. The Gateway Process is a training program developed by the Monroe Institute, which aims to help individuals achieve altered states of consciousness, access higher states of awareness, and explore the nature of consciousness. The process is based on the work of Robert Monroe, a pioneer in the field of consciousness exploration who is best known for his research on out-of-body experiences, OBEs. The Gateway Process combines various techniques, including relaxation exercises, guided visualization, meditation, and the use of hemisync audio technology. Hemisync refers to the process of synchronizing the brain's two hemispheres through hypnosis and biofeedback and transcendental meditation combined with binaural beats, which are specific sound frequencies designed to entrain the brain into certain states of consciousness. The Gateway Process explains consciousness in a profound and analytical way and combines knowledge from mystics from Hindu, Buddhist, and Tibetan cultures with modern scientific knowledge of Planck's distance, Einstein's theory of relativity, and the work of Niels Bohr, the man who received the Nobel Prize for Merit in the study of atomic structure and quantum mechanics. At its core, the Gateway experience is a training system designed to bring increased strength, focus, and coherence to the amplitude and frequency of brainwave output between the left and right hemispheres, so that ultimately consciousness escapes the limitations of time and space. The mind can then synchronize with more complex and rarefied energy levels in the universe, accessing the various levels of intuitive knowledge that the universe has to offer. It is about the idea that individual consciousness comes from the collective consciousness, using the frequency vibrations of the being in which it resides. This goes for humans as well as whales and fungi and amoebas. Everything. Mystics of the past and present, including all ancient religions, understood these concepts thousands of years ago. Yet, nowadays, it is difficult to be accepted from the minds of the most pragmatic, self-conscious people. But can we really understand what consciousness is? Where does it come from? How is it formed? Science now knows that both the electrons that spin in the energy field surrounding the nucleus of the atom and the nucleus itself are composed of nothing more than oscillating energy grids. Solid matter in the strict construction of the term simply does not exist. Rather, the atomic structure is composed of oscillating energy grids surrounded by other oscillating energy grids that are orbiting at extremely high speeds. Itzhak Bentov is an inventor, engineer, and writer who was known for his work in the fields of biofeedback, kinesiology, and energy medicine. One of Bentov's most notable contributions is the development of a biofeedback device that records the heartbeat, specifically the reverberations of the aorta. In his book, Stalking the Wild Pendulum, he provides the following information. The energy grid that makes up the nucleus of the atom vibrates at approximately 1022 Hz, which means a 10 followed by 22 zeros. At 70 degrees Fahrenheit, an atom oscillates at a rate of 1015 Hz. An entire molecule made up of multiple atoms bound in an energy field vibrates in the range of 109 Hz. A living human cell vibrates at approximately 103 Hz. The point is that the entire human being, brain, consciousness, and all is like the universe that surrounds it, nothing more or less than an extremely complex system of energy fields. The so-called states of matter are actually variations in the state of energy, and human consciousness is a function of the interaction of energy and opposite states, motion versus rest. Energy creates, stores, and derives meaning in the universe by projecting or expanding certain frequencies in a three-dimensional mode. This creates a living model called a hologram. But do we know what holograms are and what their meaning is on our consciousness? The idea of the hologram, which is a three-dimensional image created by the interference of light rays, is used as a metaphor to describe certain aspects of consciousness and the nature of reality. This idea has also been used to explain some phenomena such as the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, in which particles can be connected in such a way that the state of one particle depends on the state of the other, even if they're separated by large distances. The concept of a hologram can be most easily understood using an example cited by Bentov, in which he asks the reader to visualize a bowl full of water into which 3 pebbles have been dropped. As the ripples created by the simultaneous fall of the 3 pebbles spread outward toward the rim of the bowl, Bentov further asks the reader to visualize that the surface of the water has suddenly frozen so that the ripple pattern is instantly preserved. The ice is removed, leaving the 3 pebbles at the bottom of the bowl. The ice is then exposed to a powerful, coherent light source, such as a laser. The result will be a 3-dimensional model or representation of the position of the 3 stones suspended in the air. Holograms are capable of encoding so much detail that, for example, it is possible to make a holographic projection of a glass of swamp water and see under a microscope the tiny organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eye when examining the glass of water itself. The whole concept of holography, despite its scientific applications, has only been known to physicists since the basic mathematical principles were developed by Denis Gabor in 1947. He later won a Nobel Prize for his work. The laboratory demonstration of Gabor's work did not occur until years later after the invention of the laser. As biologist Lyle Watson explains, the purest kind of light available to us is that produced by a laser that sends out a beam in which all the waves are of one frequency, like those made up by a perfect pebble in a perfect lake. When 2 laser beams touch, they produce an interference pattern of light and dark waves that can be recorded on a photographic plate. And if one of the beams, instead of coming directly from the laser, is first reflected off an object like a human face, the resulting pattern will be very complex indeed, but still recordable. The recording will be a hologram of the face. The part encodes the whole. The part contains the whole, and the whole is contained in the part. Of further importance is the fact that even if we drop our frozen wave pattern hologram on the floor and break it into several pieces, each individual piece will recreate the entire holographic image by itself. The smaller the piece, the fuzzier and more distorted the resulting holographic projection would be. But the fact is that the entire projection will still be preserved.